Huh? Where am I?
Hello, Mr. Shannon, sir. I am afraid I have some bad news for your face.
Bento? What are you doing in this video? This isn't our Soul Silver randomizing us. Oh, you get it by now. Incredibly shameful plug.
Things are the way that they are, because shut up, that is why. Anyway, like I was saying, I have some bad news. Good Mr. Santa, sir. For the last 5 to 6 weeks, I do not know which, I kind of lost count on account of the amnesia. But you, sir, have been in a coma.
Wait, what?
That's right, a coma.
Are you trying to say coma? Like when you're unconscious for...
I said what I meant, and I meant what I said.
Alright then.
An elephant is faithful, 100%.
But either way, Bento, that can't be true.
But it is. You see, my sexual joke obsessive friend, you were in a car accident.
No, that's not possible.
But it...
No, like, seriously? It's impossible. I have a crippling fear of cars, Bento. I haven't stepped foot in more than one automobile in like a month and a half.
And guess which car was responsible?
Oh, for
That dastardly car who took your happiness from you when you needed it most, who denied you its love, was a Subaru.
What, is my name Rem?
And that, my dear friend, is why you were unable to create any RWBY review caps during the last 5 to 6 weeks. I cannot remember.
I thought it was just because I didn't do them because I'm a fucking lazy loser who doesn't know when to stop procrastinating and when to actually sit the fuck down and work.
Well, I mean, that is true too, but...
Bento, it's alright. You don't have to lie to the good folks at home about my fuck up. You can just be honest with them, because we're like a family. And you should never have to lie to or for a family.
If only I had known this before, that incident with my uncle could have been...
Alright, I believe we got the point. Bento, thanks, buddy. I appreciate the thought.
No, thank you, buddy. Hey, buddy?
Yeah, Bento?
Can you say that word again? It makes me feel happy and warm like a little muffin man.
Of course, buddy. Because here at Double Hit, you, me, the good folks at home, Claire, even that idiot Kevin, we're all one big happy
Hello, brother.
You forgot that the whole reason we were doing the skit was because of the RWBY, didn't you? Do you want to say it, or should I go ahead and do it?
You know what, Bento? We're family. Go ahead. I'm gonna go get my lucky recording sweater vest.
Okie dokie. Hit it.
Hey, hi-ho, and howdy, huntsmen and huntresses. Welcome back to the RWBY Review Cap here on Double Hit. As you may have noticed, it has been a little while, and I do apologize for that. I don't really have an excuse outside of I suck. Not sexually, more just figuratively. Unless you're into that. Sexually. Women only play. It's not to offend everybody. It's moving on. This episode of the RWBY Review Cap, we're going to go back and hit up a few of the episodes I missed earlier, considering there's now 3 episodes and 2 World of Remnants. It's 3 now. Fuck. I missed. Starting, of course, with RWBY Volume 4, Chapter 4, Family. When I actually got around to watching the episode, it quickly became one of my favorite episodes of the season. One of the reasons that perhaps I enjoyed it as much as I did is because despite it being an episode pretty much only about talking to family and like literally nothing else, it was still 100% able to hold my attention and keep me thoroughly engrossed. Which, again, considering the show was sold to people on people beating the shit out of monsters and other things in trailers, it's always fun to be reminded that the reason I fell in love with the show the way I did was because of the characters and their interactions with each other. That's honestly why I love Volume 4 so much. It's very much a story of how our favorite characters are growing up, have grown up, and trying to maintain who you are in the face of such change. I'd say it's that concept that made me fall in love with the episode and made it my favorite episode of the season when I watched it. Though admittedly, a new episode has since taken that spot, but you know, we'll save that for another video. Anywho, we start this grand old episode of ours with a return to Farmville to see Farm Boy, later revealed in the scene to be named Oscar, once again traipsing about the farm, pitchfork in hand. He enters the barn once again only to notice something in the mirror. That's you! That's what you look like! Something that apparently perplexes the absolute dicks out of him. I wonder what it could be. What could the child in such a state of...
Hello, I'm Professor Osborne.
Holy fuck! I mean, hello. Haha, bitch! I told you he wasn't dead. But maybe he is. A limbo stated thing, kinda, sorta, of some kinda, sorta, kind thing. Point is, he's definitely not dead enough to appease Dr. Doom's nanny over there. After Oz finishes up his audition for FNAF the Musical Part 11-4, we're greeted by the voice of Oscar's aunt, who, well, says his name, and reminds him not to fuck around in the barn, like so many drunken teenagers before him. Oh, the nights I could have had if I wasn't a fucking loser. Oh, and now we're in hell. Excellent. Admittedly, the decor is a little more muted than I'd expect. I assumed more reds than blues, but admittedly I'm alright with it, because blue team for life, yo. Oh no, wait, this is... Oh no, it's all bad, isn't it? And it's here that we get to see the wonderful mental state that Yang currently resides in full swing. It becomes extremely obvious that Yang is having a horrendous nightmare, reliving the night of the fall of Beacon in the dicketry of a bullheaded jackass. Get it? Because bull, head, horns. Anyway, during her nightmare, the circumstances of the situation we are all too familiar with are a tad bit different, as things in dreams tend to be. After surveying the death and mayhem caused by the White Fang, the Grim, and Atlas's troops, Yang notices she's a little less in pieces than she's become so used to as of late. Her right arm is once again with her, and so is Dickless over here. Adam takes a nice leisurely stroll right up to Yang as she, in usual nightmare fashion, attempts to fight back, but really to no avail. Her Ember Celica quickly disappears after appearing to not actually do anything in the first place, and soon her right arm leaves her faster than her mother did, leaving her with little else to do but sit back and enjoy the sweet embrace of death.
Hello. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
Wait, what?
And with that, Yang jolts awake in bed only to see that ever-constant reminder of her current situation sitting on the end table next to her. Though that's not the only thing she notices. From downstairs, she can hear the faint laughter coming from a familiar voice.
Please, drop the formalities. It's been too long.
No.
Hello, I'm Professor Osborne.
Still nope.
This could have been our day. Can't you see that?
What? God, no.
I'm going to tear off your arms and use them to applaud your demise.
No! Well, I mean, kind of. Yes! The professors are back! Well, two of them, at least. Glinda didn't join them and was stated to have remained at Beacon to fight the good fight. And Professor Peach? Sadly, I still don't think we're ever actually going to get to see her. It is a sad day in Patch tonight. But you know what isn't sad? The professors are back! It made me so happy to see poor Newblack again. Especially considering I was pretty much convinced we would not be seeing them for a very long time, if ever again at all. And I've never been more happy to be wrong. I really do enjoy these characters for both their comedic goofatry, which managed to shine pretty well during the scene, as well as the wisdom that someone in a position such as theirs simply must have.
So instead of fretting about what you don't have, savor what you do.
I am a huntsman, Ruby, because there is nothing else in this world I would rather be.
Damn, I missed you too. Yang makes her way downstairs to see her father reminiscing and telling stories about Crow wearing miniskirts and how Tai Yang fucked the absolute shit out of his sister. Crow's sister, not his. I feel like this could be misconstrued. I didn't mean it that way. Yang finds herself joining in the reminiscence, listening as the three talk about times long since past. It's during this discussion of Tai and his ever-expanding harem that Port brings up the aforementioned raven sex, something that puts Tai in dad mode, attempting to stop his daughter's fragile heart and mind from breaking at the thought of, well, raven sex. Yang quickly shuts that shit down because she's a strong, independent woman and she don't need no man, but might want a little from time to time. And maybe a little bit of lady as well. Hashtag bumblebee, maybe? The two of them bicker for a moment on what it means to be an adult and what it means to be ready for the real world. There's a short amount of back and forth before Ty drops the very reasonable and kind words of a father.
If you honestly think that you're ready to go out there on your own, well, I guess you lost some brain cells along with that arm.
God damn.
Oh, so that... I mean... That might have been a little much, maybe. I mean, that's your daughter, man. That's your sunny little dragon. That's your little girl, and such. And
You jerk!
Oh, we cool? We cool, right? Port, help me. We're cool, right? Oh, good. We cool. Quickly, before we move on, I'd like to address the absolute savagery we just witnessed and the fact that I kind of loved it. It was an incredibly fast and powerful way of showing the kind of relationship that Yang and her father have. One where you can call people out on their bullshit and laugh at each other and kind of be alright with it. It's a great relationship to have. It's a strong one that won't be so tested so easily by trivial shit. I know this is kind of a personal thing, but I think it's really good to be able to see people who are so cool with casually roasting each other. People to just take a joke and have a laugh and move on. Considering how easily it is for people to be offended these days and have complete and utter fucking psychotic breakdowns over the tiniest shit, it's kind of nice to see some people who don't take life too seriously all the time. Now, on to taking life seriously from time to time. After the roast of Yang Xiaolong reaches its climax, Port finds himself asking the all-important question.
Yang, if you don't mind me asking, why haven't you tried on the arm yet?
To which Yang replies with a pretty solid response on what it means to be normal and what normal is now. Tai drops another piece of knowledge, of the not-so-savage kind this time.
Normal is what you make of it.
Along with the reassurance that in the end, he'll be there for her. I'm sorry. Port finishes the conversation with a word on how everyone feels fear, and it's just how you deal with the fear that matters. Oh, and then I remember the other reason why I love Port Nublek.
He's afraid of mice.
They bring only disease and famine!
After this, Yang makes her way back up to her room, again noticing the arm. Though she isn't given much time to think about it before she notices the gang outside, as Tai sees them off. They mention wanting to do something like this again sometime, though that might not be so easy in the future considering Beacon's current state. Port inquires to whether or not Tai has received any word from RWBY, which obviously the answer ends up being no. The girl can't operate a map or count. Do you actually think she knows how to send a letter?
A letter to the gang back at Signal. I promised to tell them all about Beacon and how things are going.
Aw, that's so cute! Shut
I said send a letter, not write one. Ublek asks if Tai has any intention of going to find her. The Harem King's response being that he has something else he needs to take care of first before that's even an option. That thing, of course, obviously being Yang getting back on her feet. Something Yang takes note of from up on high. This is something I feel I should talk about in a little more detail, as I kind of think it's a little important, but I'll save it for the end of the episode. For now, let's take a look at something else. How about RWBY & Co.? Young Team Ranger is seen continuing their trek through the wilds of Anima, on their way to the next village that they can hopefully rest at.
Beacon? Bana!
Oh, for fuck's sake, RWBY. Hey! You're probably right. The gang chats a moment on how life is being a bit of a cock as of late, and how things that have been, okay on their journey so far, but far from great. Jean and Nora mention how their luck must be kind of turning around, considering they haven't run into many Grims since dealing with the Petragigas. Which, I guess is pretty luck. Oh, yeah, fuck, I forgot about him. Good old Uncle Crow makes his first appearance this season, continuing to watch over the Squaw on their travels to Mistral. During the shot, we also see yet another bird alongside Crow. While it was confirmed quite some time back that Crow can fly like an eagle into the future, we don't know if this is his semblance or something else. So we don't really know if Raven is the same way, especially when you consider the weird portal shit she does. I don't know if the turning into a bird thing is a semblance or another form of magic like the Maidens or the Silver-Eyed Warriors, or perhaps it has something to do with like the tribe that raised... Well, I'm just getting ahead of myself at this point. Anyway, we next find ourselves in a downpour in the middle of Higanbana, where rangers trying to get in a room, or 2, or 3, or 4 for the night. I honestly can't tell. Maybe they're getting a dinner tape. I don't. And apparently neither Ruby can count too. Like, go back and watch it. You'll see what I mean. I don't know what's going on. I don't think she knows what's going on. It's in a tavern across the street that we see Morty. Yeah, Mort. I mean, Crow, sitting at a table watching teenagers who are going to sleep. Okay, that sounds worse than it actually is. One of them is his niece, maybe daughter. Shit, that's not any less creepy. This one-sided staring contest quickly gets stopped by... Oh, shit. Crow, play it cool.
I didn't.
No, motherfucker, just take the drink. Thank you. Ma'am, how kind.
From the woman upstairs. Red eyes. Said you wouldn't mind bottom shelf.
Wait, woman upstairs? Is she as beautiful as you? I highly doubt such a thing is even possible.
Thanks.
I'd like to point out that is a shit thank you, and your response to such a shit thank you should not be a positive one.
But I went ahead and gave you top.
No, he doesn't. God damn, you are attractive. Please don't leave me here with him.
Lucky you.
All right, I'll call you then. You know, for a bird, you're the shittiest wingman I know. Anyway, with his drink in hand, XXX Pussy Slayer 69XXX makes his way upstairs to greet the person who bought him his drink, which is unsurprisingly...
It's a bird.
No, it's a bird. Raven sits and sinisterly speaks to the better-looking of the Branwyn twins. That's right, bitch, I said it. And he pulls off the skirt better than you, too.
Thanks.
Shut up, I am still mad about the waitress thing. This less-than-pleasant family reunion begins with the usual sassy back and forth, and Raven inquiring as to whether or not Salem has the relic. You know, that thing that we don't actually know what it is. It's the cane. It's the cane. I don't actually know if this is true, but I'm just gonna keep saying it's the cane, because I literally have no idea what it could possibly be. It's the cane! This being a question Crow deflects by asking a question of his own, questioning whether or not Raven was aware of her daughter's effort she's putting into her Big Boss cosplay. Wait, is it Big Boss or Snake? Both? Neither? That fucking series is so goddamn confusing to me. Either way, Crow quickly calls her out on knowing because she obviously knows. She just doesn't give no fucks because she's a strong, independent woman and also kind of a bitch. Along with this back and forth of siblings being assholes to each other, it comes out that the Branwyn twins were raised by a group of bandits when they were younger, before they went to Beacon. The same group of bandits that attacked Shion Village from the second episode. So, you know... Yeah, Raven's a nice person. Crow then asks if Raven has any ideas as to the whereabouts of the Spring Maiden, a question that she dodges just as efficiently as he dodged hers. An action leaving the two of them with very little gained in the conversation, but I mean, hey, at least we got some knowledge out of it. It wasn't all for naught. I mean, it was for them. Just not us. You get my point. After this, Raven, being the sassy lassie she be, makes a dramatic portal exit which paints an expression of complete lack of amusement on Crow's face, and scares the absolute shit out of my waifu. God damn it, Raven, she's never gonna let me take her to dinner now. I hope you two are happy. You bird fucks. After delivering a request for more booze, we leave our good friend Crow and my one true love to once again see Captain Tai Yang Xiaolong of the USS Savage Father, as he waters the garden outside of his house. Fuck. I try to be an asshole like Crow? No love. I'm a delicate flower like Tai? No love. Is there no woman who shall walk this middle road by my side? The fuck was I talking about? Oh. Yeah, that. It's during this last quick scene that Yang makes her first appearance donning the new arm ready to kick ass and chew bubblegum. And while this would normally be where I would end the episode, it's at this point I kind of want to go back to something I mentioned earlier about Yang and her arm. You see, when I first watched the episode, oh, so many years ago, again, so sorry this review took this long. My B. Seeing Yang wear that arm brought me joy and a feeling of accomplishment unlike any other, and it was that way until about a week or two ago. When I came across a comment on, I think it was one of Arnold's Murder Birds live streams. He was discussing the episode where someone mentioned that this isn't really all that good a thing because Yang didn't put the arm on because she was ready. She put on the arm because she knows she's holding her father back. She's holding everyone back. She believes herself to be a problem and a nuisance, which after thinking about it kind of makes total sense. And if that is indeed the case, then her putting in the arm isn't necessarily all that much of a good thing. She's rushing and forcing herself to make a change because she hates being in the position that she is, being the person that she is. A moment of real talk here. This is something I sympathize with and understand a lot. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not the best. I'm not the brightest, and I'm not a lot of good adjectives, to be honest. And I know that for a lot of my recent life, I've kind of been that person. The nuisance, the inconvenience, weighing down on everyone around me. It's not something I'm proud of, and it's something I'm trying to work to change, but it's not easy. I very much consider myself the failure of my entire extended family. I know what that feels like, and I know how hard it can make you be on yourself. So when I see Yang, sunny little dragon, the eternal optimist, in that position, that place of unpleasantness, it really sucks. Now, I can't be certain that the story will necessarily do anything with that point. It's very possible it just kind of gets skipped over, but it's something that someone mentioned, and it really made me reconsider the episode, so... And consider the possibility of that being a thing in the future, of that being a problem in the future. So, I don't know. Only time's going to tell, I suppose. So, apologize for rambling. Hey, gang. I just really want to quickly jump in here and say something real quick. I want to apologize wholeheartedly. Again, like I said in the intro, or like Bento, whatever, fuck. Like we said in the intro, it's been like 5 or 6 weeks since the last review cap came out, and that's a long fucking time, and it shouldn't have taken that long. None of that. It's all bad. It's all gone pear-shaped. I'm really, really sorry for that. That's 100% my bad. Yeah, life got in here and was a bit of a cockhole, but in the end, it comes down to it was also very much my fault. So I would like to, again, say I apologize wholeheartedly, and I hope that this review kind of made up for it. I hope it... I don't expect it to make up for it, but I do hope that it at least say to you while I can try and put together the other ones. Because I've seen all the episodes. I am all caught up on that, and by the time this is being recorded and when it was written and all that stuff. So... yeah, I want to apologize, and I want to assure you that I will do it. I'll get us back on track, and I wanted to say thank you for the people who were patient and all that, and there was one person in the comments. I don't get a whole lot of comments. It's usually like 1 or 2 of the same people are just like, hey man, this shit was okay, or like, hey man, my day kind of sucked. Thanks for making it a little less shitty. Which is fucking, you have no idea what that does to me. Like, it's the weirdest fucking thing. When I started doing this, I never thought even for a second that, because like I'm a very emotional person. I'm a fucking little bitch. But when I saw that thing, it was very much going to be a thing like, oh, yeah, well that's cool. I appreciate you, man, but yeah, don't worry about it. But hearing that come from people immediately made me want to like break down and cry, because it was the weirdest thing, because it made me feel like, hey, I'm doing it for a reason. People actually care, and it helps people, and that's fucking crazy to me. And someone left a comment on the last one. I believe Fallen Angel was your name. If you're here, thank you, because I honestly say that this would probably not have ever actually come out. I can honestly say this probably never would actually came out. Or at least it wouldn't have come out for a very long time. Your little comment of just like, hey man, just wondering where you've been up to, if the next video's coming out, you're a little pushback. Just that made me like, oh shit, someone actually gives a fuck. They care enough to actually ask for it, which is it's fucking crazy to me. Thank you. Thank you so much for putting that fucking comment, because I wouldn't be here doing this right now if you didn't, probably. Or at least not for a very long time. So thank you for giving me a little kick in the ass. In the kindest way, too. You weren't shitty about it at all. So thank you. Have a lemon on me, brah. Or brahette. Lady? I don't know. I don't know. It's the internet. Everyone's a dude-ish, maybe? I don't know. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. This is the longest outro I've ever had in a video ever. And it's just because I just want to say thank you all so much. You guys are kick-ass and awesome. Thank you for being patient and having a good time. Thank you. I'll talk to you guys in the next episode. And I will do my best to get the next episode of the review cap out to you as soon as I can. Thank you all so much for watching. Toodles and doodles. Pie. I don't know.